You're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, please take your seat in front because you guys are the OG on this channel. You guys are the one that be making things to roll and be enjoying and be engaging my content from the beginning. So today I have an amazing friend with me. She's phenomenal. She's a woman of wisdom, a woman of intelligence. Like when she's looking at you, she's doing as if she's calm, cool, and collected, but she's going to be dishing out some tea for you guys today. So please introduce yourself to my beloved audience.
Hi everyone, my name is Blessing.
So Blessing is on our channel today and we're going to have an interesting conversation because we are both in our 20s and we're going to be sharing some issues we are dealing with, and we love you guys to share your your point of view about the topic we're going to be talking about. I would love to hear your response to about it. So the topic of today's conversation is on feeling lost in our 20s, the things we are struggling with and how we are trying to overcome them, how we are trying to be better in what we are dealing with. So Blessing, let me ask, what exactly have you ever felt lost in your 20s, or have you ever been in a situation where you're like, this 20 say, what am I even doing? I want to ask you that question.
Yes, I feel like almost, don't let me assume for everybody, but I feel like a good number of 20 something out there have felt lost at one point or the other in their lives. And to your question, have I felt lost in my 20s? Yes, I have.
Because for me, and I also want to ask you, do you feel you are doing enough in your 20s, or you are not doing or you are doing less than your expectation, or you are doing more than your expectation for your 20s?
I feel like I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. I feel like there's still much more that I can do. Yes, for my age, yes. I feel like I'm doing less than what I ought to do.
For your age.
For my age.
And one last question I'm going to be asking before we now start going to the tea is that before, when we were in our teenage years, we all had expectation, we all had the things we're like, by the time I'm 20, I'm going to paint the town red, I'm going to do this, when will I be big, when will I be big? Now you are big. So are you going to say that your expectation then is in now your reality now?
Okay, my expectation as a teenager, you see your 20 something as this age, this big age. Let me call it big age, because you see 20 something as the year where you are married, you have your kids, you have a spectacular job. Because according to my journal at 17,
she's looking at deep secrets.
Yes, according to my journal at 17, this is not okay. I thank God for how far I have come, but the 20 something I saw then is not really what I am seeing right now. So if you see that journal, I'm supposed to be in all of you guys' screen, which I am right now.
Yes,
accomplishing it one step at a time.
At a time.
So it's just that as a teenager, the awkwardness, we all know that teenage years is this awkward year. You are trying to find yourself, and we were told then, especially in teens class in church, that you just need to scale through these teenage years. By the time you get to your 20s, everything will fall into place. But they forgot to also mention that feeling out of place that you also experience in your early 20s, because you are just coming out from teenage years and you are just eating adulthood immediately. Everything comes to you in a rush. So yes, what is the question again?
The question is your expectation your reality?
Not necessarily. My expectation then is not my reality right now.
In all areas, right?
Not in all areas, in a good number of
areas. For me, my expectation when I was in my teenage years and my reality now, I would say there are two different ways, and I'm grateful for the spiritual aspect now, because my spiritual aspect then somebody in this conversation, we're not the only one in this space. We have some of our friends here, and I remember that
we have people here. Actually.
We have two amazing women. We have Tife and Annie in the background, and they're going to also be sharing their own points with us too. I remember when I was in my teenage years, I had a very funny ambition that I don't think I'm going to share I want to share on the YouTube, on my
On
YouTube
what?
channel.
What's that?
I had a funny ambition when I was growing up. I can't share it online
We'll
because
share it
I will
offline.
tell you offline, because that ambition was
I know it.
really crazy. Please, you guys should keep it to
Holy Ghost
yourself. Somebody just heard about the ambition
believe
and
that
she's
doesn't know
laughing.
this.
And she's laughing. But really, when I was growing up then, I had the ambition to do.
Yes,
So I'm grateful that expectation wasn't my reality now, because
praise God.
if it was,
Thank God.
these guys, I didn't know the inside gist of the expectation, but thank God it's not my reality.
Hallelujah.
So we're going to be talking about the things we struggled with. So we're going to go in one. Even people in the background to also tell
They're
us the
going to
things they struggled with and how they overcame them. So I will start with my guests. I think you already mentioned one of it, which is I think facing the coming out of teenage years and facing the
And
reality.
facing reality.
Is one thing that I feel like people in their 20s are struggling with. Many of us are still used to staying under our parents. We are used to our parents providing for us. We're not ready to come under our parents, breasts and face life as it's meant to be. But I will just ask you, what do you think you have struggled with the most in your 20s that make you to sometimes feel lost in your 20s?
I'm going to start from the top. From where I stopped earlier about being a teenager, and then okay, of course, as teenagers they tell you about your hormones, raging hormones. They tell you about the awkwardness, the emotional state, and all of that. And in a way you're expecting. I don't know if it's me, but 2021 may not really eat you like that. I don't know if it's just
Like age
me.
20 and
You
21?
feel like maybe because of the pep talk from teenage years that when you get to your 20s you are going to have it figured. So 2021 may not really show you that
By
you
24
don't
you'd have
you
it.
don't have it figured though. This is just, it's like a placebo effect.
Yes.
You just, the euphoria of living teenage years is still
You
there.
see your body.
So 2021 you are still grooving. By the time you enter 22,
23.
that's 22, 23, you know that this is serious business. You'll be seeing it snippet by snippet. It will just be coming to you one at a time. They first start one at a time and then they come and bombard you.
Overwhelming.
Because like I was saying, from
Teenage years.
teenage years, then it wasn't, apart from teenage years, you leave school. Secondary school, you were with your group of friends.
Yes.
University, your group of friends.
Same.
And then you get to camp.
NYSC
Different
orientation
people.
camp.
NYSC orientation camp. Different people. And then you are beginning to understand yourself outside of your friends, outside of what you have been told, different people's morals, values, and you begin to wonder, are there this kind of people existing really? Because you've not been exposed to some of the things that people believe in, some of people's lifestyle. Everything looks different to you, a different environment.
Even your spirituality sometimes, I tend to
Yes.
question it. I thought I was spiritual when I was in undergrad. When I went for NYC, I say, hey, I saw one babe that will fast for 3 days without eating for the entire 3 days, and she'll be praying back to back. I say, me, I thought I was fasting, but this is that level of fasting, even though I won't fasting. Let me just keep quiet.
Because actually that one is also there. Apart from the pressure from maybe academics, maybe accomplishment, you also have pressure even in your spiritual life, but that's topic for
Another day.
pressure tiwa. Even in your spiritual life, you see people, you are like, these people are really doing great things. Anyway, after that NYSC and all of that, you just feel like for myself, my greatest comparison, one of the issues in 20s is comparing yourself to another person.
Yeah.
Especially those, maybe someone before and all of a sudden they are different, or
They're not better.
or you feel they are better.
Yes.
Not that they are better. They may
No,
be,
some might not be better
See,
at that phase of life.
at that phase of life.
Doesn't mean you two will not be better too.
And it's not that when someone is doing something great, they are necessarily better than you.
Yeah.
They are just in their own field, in their own calling, just the same way you should find your field and your own calling. And even sometimes people in your field, in the same calling, not necessarily the same calling, the same field, they are going ahead, and then you are thinking, what is going on? I'm not finding my footing. I think it started from even the fact that what you put in to study in university is not what you actually study.
Don't shake that table.
Wow. That is weird.
Don't shake that table. I am on that table, please. I think we are both on that table
because
too.
that is weird.
No, I think she's chasing her dream. Tifa is chasing her dream.
No, initially that wasn't it.
Baby.
Initially, she found herself the same way I found myself in this postgraduate. Because okay, from not getting what you want to study and seeing people like that you shared your dreams together actually doing that, it just creates a kind of confusion to you, because it begins to look like, okay, they are directly from this course, they are becoming this.
Yes.
But for myself, after this one, I still need to go back. It
I'm
looks like a
life.
longer journey, because you are still heading for that destination, but you've taken left. So you have to go and connect on that road in a further route. Like in a further route. So you start getting confused at that point. And then imagine finishing BSc.
I'm not getting a good job.
Somebody not getting a good job, or you now start thinking that okay, whatever I studied in my undergraduate is interesting, but that's not really my interest. What next do I do? Do I want to get a job? And then they tell you that your BS is not enough to get you a job in Nigeria. And then you want to go and study.
These are conversations.
And then you are thinking of, what do I want to study in my postgraduate, right?
And you see that you don't want to do you don't want to do any other job or everybody's job.
You are trying to find purpose. I think people that find it difficult in their 20s are people who are really chasing purpose. So if you find yourself, if you find yourself, so if you find yourself actually thinking too much about what you want to do, you are on the right track, because the fact that you can think is a plus. So many people don't even care. So many people is what next? Okay, they said selling clothes is the next thing. Oh, let me enter into it.
Tech is the next big thing.
Exactly, let me enter into
Texas.
it. See, there's nothing wrong about spontaneity. We are all different.
Yes.
But the fact that you stay back and you are thinking that, what do I want to do? I just want to give you a big ups that you're on the right path. Thinking is what bets big ideas. You cannot just, enter whatever comes in your direction. So you are thinking of what you want to do your postgraduate, and that comes in. So to the challenge or the challenges of being 20-something is comparison. Now, let's start from my greatest competition.
Just continue.
My greatest competition is the person I wrote down at 17 that I thought I was going to be in my early 20s. because I had big plans for myself. And I won't say that I've not been doing well for myself. I've been doing well for myself. Just that what I wrote down was supposed to be much more better than the space I am in right now. Because I used to see being 20-something as
big age.
Yes, this age where you should have everything figured out. And I remember as a teenager, I used to look at some people in their 20s and I'm confused.
Sometimes you feel like those people in their 20s already got everything figured out.
Yes.
Then you are now in the 20s.
Like they had it figured out. So but now, really, I'm now thinking that there is one 17-year-old, 18-year-old that is probably looking at me and thinking that, oh, she has it all figured out.
Well, don't sleep.
And the funny thing is, what I use, okay, we'll come back to how we are
overcoming this, because I need to share my own struggle too.
So over to you.
One thing I know I struggled with, that I'm struggling with, because I'm still in it, and I just hope my parents that are watching this video, please just be praying for your daughter. It is. I'm praying for myself too. It is when it comes to the relationship aspect, is that you have to have your relationship figured out in your 20s.
Exactly.
You have to know who you are in a relationship with. The person must have received you, or you have received them.
In
You
the
must have
spirit.
receiving yourself. And after receiving them, you have to like take out time to figure out your character, your purpose. Not those things that we read in books, we hear, relationship ministers talk about.
That's true.
You have to figure it out in your 20s, and you have to that person, someone that you also have to get married to, someone you have to parent your children together. And I'm like, and so you have to spend the rest of your life together. And this is a big decision. And I'm always like, I did 20, I never figure it out. Because really, these are things that sometimes used to bother me. I don't want it to bother me, but I'm just like,
It's just going to be looking around.
yes, this idea just keep coming to my mind. I'm like, you're in your 20s, you're in your 20s, you have to figure it out. Person you are going to date, someone that loves you, that you love too, because somebody can love me and I might not love
And
you.
the feeling isn't mutual.
Isn't mutual, and I hate putting people on that, on that speed dial, or where you are giving love to me and I'm not giving love to you. Nah, I don't do that. So that is also an issue that I sometimes struggle with in my 20s. Relationship aspect, the part of thinking that me and this person have to parent someone together. People come from different background. I don't know the things you might have struggled with. Even if he tells me almost everything he struggled with, there will still be something that will be unfolding in the marriage or in the relation. I'm like, so this is there. So I never knew this partner. Sometimes those things used to bother me, and I'm always like, God, you just have to help me, like my friend will say. God, you just have to help me. So it's matter. You have to help me. I cannot do this on my own. You have to help me. And it's because when I'm like, I saw my parents are still very much together in their marriage over 20 something years. I've seen people that are still together 30 something years, and this is our generation where any small thing they don't pack out. Any small thing, I'm done. Any small thing, I'm not doing again. And I'm like, God, I want to build a Christian home. I want to parent a good child. These are things like, I feel like somebody watching this video to also be thinking about this, because sometimes the thought just pops my head. When I just watch a particular, maybe a TikTok video, I don't do TikTok, I mean an Instagram reel, or maybe someone saying that, or see, I saw a video on Instagram sometimes of recent, where a man was celebrating his daughter for divorcing. Like, she was there at the welcome home party. And I'm like, is this the reality we now have to be experiencing, that we're not cheering on? I'm not saying that if the marriage is not good, you can opt out, but I'm not celebrating divorce. And I'm like, these are things that I sometimes think about in my mind, and I'm sure one of you also thinking about it too, because I love love. I am pro love. She's pro love. I am a lover girl. Please spoil me. One of us here might be doing hard care, but I'm sure deep down in our mind, Tifa is a pro love. She's a lover girl. Love to the girl. Lover girl. So like, these are things I sometimes struggle with. So Tifa, please, can you tell us one thing you are struggling with in your 20s? Because we're going to go back to talk about how we're overcoming them.
I think for me it's really just the not knowing the end from the beginning. I have to struggle with, do I really need this connection right now? Or it makes sense. Do I really need to meet this person? Where will it end? It's just a lot of decision I have to make, that at the end of the day, I really wish I can know what the end result will be, so that I would not have to put in so much effort, so much time. All of those things that you put money, time, and even myself into it.
Energy into it, yeah.
I just wish I am able to know what it holds in the future. I think I really, really struggle with that.
Yeah. Please, can you also tell us one thing you're currently struggling with, or maybe you have struggled with and you have overcome it in your 20s, that sometimes make you feel lost?
Yeah.
You're like, nah. So please, over to you. She said the choke.
Well, I feel like mine is more pressure on different aspects of life. Like
Don't
most of
we
you have
all?
mentioned.
Yes.
Talking
I
about
was going to say.
pressure of relationship,
Number one.
When I was in school, you didn't tell me I should bring man. I finished school, I should automatically develop a man from where?
Where did they get there from? And did they harvest them on
Both
trees?
family home. But the truth is, even for those whose family are not necessarily pressuring them, social media is
yeah.
society is
Any small thing,
pressuring
like this
them.
any that is talking, any small thing, she don't post ring. Any small
She
thing
has friends that are
getting
getting
married.
married. That's enough pressure.
on her,
On
and she's
her.
unnecessarily pressuring me.
I
Yes.
Because she's posting
Any
it.
small thing she don't post another person out of the market. Can you come out of the market? I say this market.
This
I
market
tell
will
you,
remain.
who will remain?
Don't worry. There's a man to go round.
Yeah,
There are different
a
men
man
to go
for
round.
every
Like
woman.
someone said, at the end of the day, we need just one of them.
Yes.
Just one.
You might be watching us right now.
Yeah.
Please shoot your shots. Oh yeah, anyways. Continue.
Okay, I think another one was coming to PG school. I was lost.
Let's discuss it together.
I was lost.
Discuss
If that's
it
a word.
together.
I was in class and then I'm wondering, am I sure I'm in the right place? Because after primary school, secondary school, university, next thing PG, next thing you're getting a job, and then I'm getting to PG and I'm so clueless. Like, am I sure I'm in the right place? Did I make the right decision? That's like enough. And then I'm seeing my family people, they've done masters, they've done everything. It's still so similar. I thought it was master wasn't for flexing.
Yes.
I
Only
never
for us to
knew.
get here.
Not here. It's not for
Almost.
flexing.
You sure?
I think we need to mention the
I
name.
can actually say the struggle of Amy in trying to understand what was
What's-
going on in the
yes.
class part time.
Did you have that issue too?
No.
You did not.
No.
I had that issue a lot.
Trust me,
I was
But
telling Precious.
Any did, and I was able to see it. At first, I thought that she's just, you know how they say, I'm not read though. All those I'm not read people, but behind the scene, they don't read.
I thought,
It was hard.
Catch yourself, Tope.
That's what we're saying. So it was me saying, do you, or them asking a question, and then he's like, in this course,
In this same course.
and then they'll be dishing out stuff, and I'll be like, John, how old am I? How old are this? This has to be 30 something or 50 something.
I see.
Because
See, let me say something. When I first got here, pressure.
yes,
Pressure.
honestly,
Olojoko. Because sorry.
Uh-uh.
Yes, that time. No, actually, sorry. You continue. I'm sorry for interjecting. See, when I first came here, I was not supposed to be here. I was not supposed to be in PG school. In UI, I was not supposed to be. There was a plan for where I was supposed to go.
There's always a
But
plan.
God's ways are above our ways, and His
Yes,
thoughts are above our
thoughts.
thoughts. I found myself here. I did not pray to come here like I prayed for that place, and it was as if God had heard me concerning that place that I wanted to be there. It was a done deal. Everything was looking fantastic until I had to call. Okay, when is PG form closing? Oh, because when they were talking about PG writing the formal exam, I was like, I'm not coming here. What's PG? So see, I now had to take form. I found myself in public health because they said public health is good.
Ojawo.
I will not lie to you. That's why I came to public health. That they said public health is good. I
Is it
found
all?
myself here. I had plans of doing public health, but much later. I came here. What they are saying, I don't know. They are answering questions in class. I'm confused. There was a time I came back from school and I was shaking because I didn't even know what was going on in my life. First, there was still this feeling of why did God let that plan fall along the way, and then I'm here against my will, and I'm just.
And now hearing somebody saying,
I'm-
"Excuse me, sir."
And this girl will be asking questions. For you to ask questions, you understand what they are saying.
And even the question she's asking, that is looking strange.
You are telling me all this maternal mortality, kiniko, and I'm like, okay, how does it really relate? I don't even think those RFH was my issue. It was this EMS.
Yeah, I mean, I was enjoying it.
I didn't enjoy. And me and Annie, we were strong-headed people. People were going for
Tutorial.
tutorial.
Yeah.
We said no.
They did not come.
We will do it ourselves. We will do it ourselves. We did not go for.
I think
People are
tutorial
going
was
on
going to be
Friday. Was it
like-
not Friday? Was it not Friday?
Yes, Friday tutorial.
Friday tutorial.
Friday
They'll be
or
saying
Saturday
of
Friday, yes,
Saturday.
yes.
We'll come back home because
sometimes.
we are even confused, and we believe that going to that tutorial will leave us more confused. So, because for me, if I don't understand something, I prefer understanding better in tutorial than going afresh. But I still had to go afresh. Thank God for that tutorial. Thank God for that tutorial that Charles did and others.
But
Because
really,
that one day tutorial, I feel like I learnt EMS in one day.
Yes,
I did
Wow.
not know it was in that day
that
I
you
knew
got.
I got everything.
Wow.
Everything was looking like magic.
Can
And
I please say something?
yeah,
Can you not just end it there and say my experience of PG?
no, let's divert.
No.
Digressing.
You have
Now we are back to the
Yeah,
conversation.
sorry.
So the
I
conversation
just wanted to
is
get
the
back to
things
me.
we struggled with. That's the conversation. What we are struggling with in our 20s and how we are overcoming them. So anyhow, I think she has not finished. She still has some point she still wants to drop for us on the things she's struggling with in her 20s.
Another thing, spiritual life. Father in heaven.
Help your child.
You will see some people in church, they'll be praying and you see sweat and it's dropping like this.
Am I stoned?
Why they pray like this when sweat dey drop? It's not me. That's not me. I like to pray calmly and all, but
I'm conversing with God.
eventually I had to switch. It was actually good. And then, but I like to leave you with this. Everybody has been saying their own things about plan and all. But in your planning, just make sure that you leave a part where God can scatter everything and rearrange it for you.
yeah, so like he did mine.
Just allow God. That's what I can say.
And the truth is, those things you wanted to do, my host, calm down. Now you invite me. Those things you wanted. Those things you wanted to do. I've forgotten what I want to say.
Don't worry.
Just do them.
Like those things
Them.
you wanted to do, you can just do them. You can just
It's
face them
never
as
too late.
fronts.
FFA
Yes, she's here
studying
studying
law.
law now.
Yeah.
at 60.
60.
So, my dear, do it.
Do it. Do it
Now.
afraid, but do it. I would like you to. I'm going to end this conversation here and do the how we overcome in another video. But I'd love to that story you shared about bamboo tree and palm tree. I would love to share it for my beloved audience. Let us leave them with that.
Yes.
To go and sleep about it and come for the next video for the part 2.
All right. So, I had always been like, okay, this person is doing this. Oh, these people are doing great things. Really, is about just seeing yourself, the you that you wanted to see in another person. So, and Papa will always say something, Bishop Oyedepo will always say something. He used to give this analogy of the bamboo and the palm tree. Now, palm tree takes time to grow. You cannot compare palm tree to orange tree now. It takes maybe 5 years. Sorry, I don't know Greek.
I'm not
that
sure,
well.
but let's say it's not up to
Let's
bamboo.
say 5 years. It takes 5 years to grow. Now, if you plant a bamboo tree and a palm tree, the seed the same day, in 5 years, palm tree is going. Bamboo never comot soil. Still in the soil. So bamboo will feel like it was the same day we started. Why is palm tree going so high? In 10 years, palm tree is so tall with its fruits, everything. Is that not where they get broom from and all of that?
Yes.
Palm oil, everything. The palm tree is flourishing. People are rallying around palm tree to draw of the virtue from the palm tree. Bamboo still dey ground. But 50 years later, palm tree go dey look bamboo for up. Now, I'm not saying that it will take you 50 years. Papa said it's not that it will take you that long. But know that what will be great will take time to cook. So the bamboo is cooking right in the soil. And in 50 years when bamboo comes out, bamboo reaches heights that palm tree could never, ever
think of.
dream of.
Yeah.
So every time just say
Enter
I'm a
your
babu.
feeling that struggle.
No be I'm a babu oh.
You're a
You
bamboo
don't
tree.
live bamboo tree. You are growing. You are
Yes.
blooming.
Yes.
Praise God.
Hallelujah. They've taken us back to church. So please can you pay your offering?
Abi.
So you guys, I'm going to leave you guys with today's conversation at this point. We're going to continue with how we overcome our struggles in that video, and I'm sure it's something you're looking forward to. So please don't forget to like this video, to share this video, and subscribe. Help the family to grow.
Fear God and subscribe.
Yes.
And share.
And share to your friends, share to your loved ones, and to anybody that is in their 20s, even people in their 30s too, are also going through this too. And let us help our fellow brother and fellow sister out there till we come your way in the next part.